So I just got back from purchasing another large lot of Magic cards. I like to buy these sometimes as kind of random buys because they're fun to look through and they make fun videos. This one though is quite substantial. So you can see there's some here. We have this box, this box, this box, some more of these kinds of things, some more of this. We got a couple binders. Oh, and also, by the way, we have all of these cards here and here. There was actually so much that it wouldn't all fit in the trunk of my car. In total, I think there's probably close to 30,000 cards here. Each one of these rows is about 1,000 cards, I think. So we're looking at probably close to 30,000 cards. This is a collection I found on Facebook Marketplace. Found it locally. I've actually purchased cards from this person several times before. I'm not entirely sure where he gets these big lots. I think he probably goes to estate sales and things like that. And in the past, I've been quite happy with what I've found in the collections I've bought from him. I'm not expecting to find anything huge because this person buys and sells Magic cards himself, but in the past, what I found is from the previous collections, I'll find tons of valuable commons and uncommons and random things that can be easily looked over, and it ends up turning out quite well. This one, it seems like just for the quantity of cards, quite a good deal, because for all of this, it was 500 Canadian dollars. So, pretty excited to start looking through it. This is almost assuredly going to be multiple videos, so there'll probably be a part 2. Let's start off with this box, I guess. Actually, no, you know what? Let's start off with something more interesting. He did say he put most of the rares in this box here, so we'll see what we can find in here. Alright, well, let's get started. This video is obviously going to be sped up, but to look through all of this, it's probably going to take like 4 or 5 hours. There is some decent stuff, like he had some of these rares pictured, things like this. There'll probably be some, $5 to $10 cards. Yarok, that's actually upwards of $20. So there'll be some pretty cool stuff in here to begin with, at least. Leyline, that's cool. I'll probably take all of these out. Unnatural growth. Yeah, there's lots of decent stuff here. Some lands, foil retro Thorn of Amethyst, a couple of retro Ashnod's Altars. So these cards, they range from pretty much every set. Like there's some super old stuff. There might even be some unlimited stuff in here. Up, all the way up until brand new stuff. Chaos, Kami, Mightstone, and Weakstone. Some decent stuff here. Herald of War, Sigarda. Some Commander deck stuff. Some of these I'm not familiar with, like these new Commander deck cards. So I'll have to scan those up and see if any of them are any good. Endless Ranks of the Dead, that's cool. Dovin. I play this in my Hinata deck. So Ketra's Monument, that's a good uncommon. Hydroblast. Foreign Fatal Push. Foreign Force of Nature, another Oketra's Monument. It's a Proxied Path to Exile. What's underneath it? A forest. Like Kismet. It's foreign. Oh, cool. There's a foil Kamigawa land there. Rat Colony. I'm expecting to find lots of stuff like this. Like Rat Colonies. It's like, I don't know, what, a $3 or $4 common. There's another one, Oketra's Monument. Some cool lands. Haywire Might. It's a good uncommon. Some older cards here. Kamigawa lands. It's a pretty off-center Sanctuary Warden. Luris. Super band. Sokin's on is cool. Not really even sure what to take out from here. I'll probably end up scanning up pretty much all of this, and I'll have it laid out more neatly at the end to give you a better look of, what has value. Foil Starscream. Chihira. Some old school rares. Mercadian Masks. Goblins of the Flarg from the Dark. So in this box here, I guess, is all of the things that the person I bought it from, he took out all of the rares he saw, I guess, as well as anything that he thought might have value, probably. A revised Fireball? Sure. See this oversized card here. Which one's that? Cathril. From Commander 2020. Interesting. Looks like there's probably going to be a lot of bulk rares here now. Lots of foreign ones too. Split cards can just go right by those. Recto's Charm, I made a video with this card. There's a lot of foreign cards in here, wow. That's cool. Old school stuff. Even one of these signed cards. Or stamped, I should say. Another one. Some temples. Some box topper Gallic readers. So a lot of rares here, wow. Commander deck stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go through that one in more detail after and scan those things and take out what has decent value, but it's a quick look through this box of rares that had been kind of picked through already. I'm interested to take a look at these binders, actually. I wonder what's in these. Interesting. We have the promo things they give out at pre-release events, I guess. Wall of Roots and Wood Elves. Wood Elves is probably pretty decent. There's a Staff of Domination. I'll take some of these things out. Take this out, the staff. Wait, is this going to be all... Okay, it's not all rares. Looks like this is a Brothers War binder. Interesting. So I'll take out the rares, I guess. Another Wall of Roots, Swiftfoot Boots. There's this thing on bottom. It's always hard to film binders because they pick up glare so easily. Battlefield Forge. Haze Mine Tome. Right there. I wonder, what if I do this? Does that just make it worse? Kind of just makes it worse. Let me try and figure this binder situation out. Okay, this is a little bit better anyway. Some Transformers stuff, Misery Shadow, Sculpting Steel, Thanos there. There's a Mythic, a Clay Champion. Precursor Golem. There's a Calamity's Wake. That's a pretty good uncommon, actually. There's 3 of them here. There's the uncommon Lauren. Be cool if we could find the rare one. Siege Veteran. Take out Recruitment Officer. It's pretty playable. So Hercule. Random foil thing. Sky Strike Officer down here. I think that's a pretty good card. Bunch of Terizian Mindbreakers. It's good if you like milling. Temporal Anchor. So Gixian Puppeteer down here. Faithful Handoff. Dreams of Steel and Oil is a pretty good uncommon as well. Painful Quandary. That was a valuable card until it got reprinted into Standard. Transmogrant. Transmogrant Crown. Hey, Brotherhood's End. That's actually a good rare. So he didn't take out all of the good rares and put them in that box. So Feldon. Mechanized Warfare. Another random foil. Over the Top. Bushwhack, I made a video about that card too. Nice, a Haywire Might. Pre-release promo Perennial Behemoth. And that's about it for this binder. It's cool though, there was a decent amount of rares and stuff in there. Found a couple of good ones too. The Brotherhood's End, the Haywire Might. Those ones have value. I'm just gonna put these in this box here. And there's another binder. Oh yeah, there's this stuff too actually. These cool promos. Check out this binder. Lots of empty pages. Okay, so there are cards in here. This is a lot of pages. It's too bad they're kind of the crappy pages. Not very good quality. Otherwise I might use them. So it looks like this is a Baldur's Gate binder, potentially. Although there's this random cut to ribbons foil from Amonkhet. Touch the Spirit Realm. Pre-release promo Race by Giants. Another pre-release promo. It looks like this is all foil, so I'm not going to take out every single one of these cards right now. Probably come back to this one off camera, see if there's anything particularly cool. Oh, there's stuff on the back here too. Not so far. The old school Terramorphic Expanse from the Sliver Premium deck. Looks like it's more or less just random commons and uncommons. A couple of herd migrations there at the top. Camera's losing focus. Cool to see some foils from sets like Dark Ascension there. Older sets. I always like putting those away into binders. Blister Grip. Alright, so not so much in this binder. Well, a ton of foils, but there's a Ginny Fey. Nothing of particular note. Alright, let's start going through some of these then, I guess. Through the actual bulk of it. See if we can find anything good. I'll just take out any foils or any showcase lands, that kind of stuff. One of the most annoying things about going through bulk lots like this is when the cards aren't all the same orientation, so you have to keep on rotating them as you go. I might separate all of the old border cards too from older sets. So I'll probably go through those after and try and fill out my binders. Could be some good tokens in here as well. Rabbit. Can't remember if rabbit is a good token or not, but I'll take that out. Take a closer look at it. This is a pretty sweet looking worm. Interesting. Isn't the dog a hard to find token from Yukopana? I can't remember. Lots of initiative tokens. Look at, holy. Yeah. Guess I have the Undercity. Oh, old school on Earth. It's cool. There's a deck builder's toolkit box. Some Dominaria. Okay. See here, there's at least one Skewer the Critics, which is a good common. Oh, Electrostatic Field. It's a good uncommon as well. Make sure I didn't skip it. Yeah, I did skip one. Every time I see this card, Footlight Fiend, I like to think of it as Footlight Friend. Merfolk Trickster, I think, is actually still pretty good for an uncommon. Did actually find a couple of decent cards in that little deck builder's toolkit box there. The Electrostatic Fields and Skewer. Merfolk Trickster is okay too. There's a Brothers War gift bundle box, I think. What's in here? That's cool. Some foil full art basic lands from the Brothers War. Some of those look pretty cool. Demolition Field's a good uncommon. Has some value. Bunch of foil basics. Put those up here. I expect to find a ton of these in this throughout this collection. Forest Dryad. Oh, cool. A foil Calamity's Wake. So basically these piles that I'm making here right now this is stuff that I think could have some value. This is kind of bulk foils. These are full art basics. This is foil basics, and this is old stuff. Foil containment construct is pretty cool. It's one of the good uncommons from Kamigawa. It's a combo type of card. Prismatic ending. Some Modern Horizons 2 stuff here. Some okay stuff in that box too, actually. Nothing huge, but some decent commons and uncommons that are buy listable, if nothing else. Some Dominaria United. Maybe we'll find some Tolarian Terrors in here. It's a good common. Kind of a whole lot of nothing in that box. So it's just going to be basic lands. There's a foil one. Some of these can have value, but it's really hard to find ones that are in near mint condition. Like, these are pretty beat up. I'll put those in with the old stuff, but like they're in pretty bad condition. These lands actually do have value. You can buy list those to some stores. The Dominaria United ones. I've actually got a foil one there. That's pretty cool. It's pretty played actually. Kind of sucks. So we got some new Capenna stuff in here. Or is this all just random non-basics? Some of the... Oh, It's going to take a while to go through and take all these out. But some of these Dominaria common tap lands can be buy listed, actually. I'll try to separate those, maybe. Some of these gates are pretty good, too, from Baldur's Gate. Yeah, we have a couple of artifact lands. That's pretty decent. Oh, so if this is the non-basic land box, does that mean we could find Hashep Oasis in here? Imagine if we could be so lucky. I think this is the original printing of Ash Barrens. If I remember correctly, this was actually a pretty valuable common the first time it was printed. You can actually buy list some of these cards as well. These weird, like, pseudo-fetch common things from Streets of New Capenna. But pretty happy to see so many gates here. I discovered, after making my Garth deck that has all alternate win conditions, which includes Maze's End, so I needed a bunch of gates, I discovered that some of these gates from Baldur's Gate actually have some decent value for being commons. We didn't find a Hashep Oasis, but we did find an Oasis. Wonder if I could use this maybe in a comedy video. Next box looks like just a bunch of random stuff. Some old stuff here from Tempest. Ristic Cave, check out this land. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool unless any player pays 1. Pretty good, right? Galvanic Key. Seems like a cool ability. I'll just check that one out at least. Tear Asunder is a good uncommon. So for these random boxes, we just got a couple of these left, and then we can move on to maybe one of the larger boxes. Okay, so here's a ton of basics. This one's pretty cool. Well, there's a lot of the Dominaria United ones, which is nice to see. This is just going to be more basics, probably. Some revised ones. Wow, so I've been filming for over an hour already, and I'm just getting to the first one of these larger boxes. Yeah, this is going to take a really long time. Slush commons, apparently. This must have been from a store. Well, what does a slush common look like? It looks like Ambush Crotic. Interesting. Looks like they're all organized by set, at least. So I can probably go through these pretty quickly. I don't believe there are any good commons from Fate Reforged. Reality Shift, that's actually a good uncommon. A Gray Merchant, sure. Whole bunch of them there. It's not really much though. Nature's Claim is good. Peregrine Drake would have been good, but just got reprinted in Dominaria Remastered. Hey, check it out. Deep Analysis. Garbage Fire is funny just for meme value. Actually gonna take those out. Young Wolf. I think that's actually like At least $1 each. Got some Kaladesh. So it looks like most of these cards in this box anyway are actual commons and not uncommons. So there's not going to be so many things worth pulling out. There are still some, like in Kaladesh, I'd be looking for Dramatic Reversal, I think. Could be a good one. Check out this card. Reckless Fireweaver. Rending Volley. That's one that actually went up quite a lot recently. It's a cool uncommon to find in here. Can't remember on Sarkon's Triumph. Some older stuff. Interesting. Ice Age. There's a random Defiler of Flesh. Not sure why that's in there. So we got some more old stuff here. Quite a lot of it. And I'll go through this a little bit more slowly. So I can see why this box was called Slush Commons, because it really was mostly just bulk commons with very few uncommons in there. Just skewer the critics. That's something, at least, right away. Circuitous Route. So this box is going much better already. Some sleeve cards here. Okay. Someone was proxying again. Check it out, we found a Spire Bluff Canal. Hypno Rivulet. It's in the cycle that we're looking for. Pillar might be something. Dramatic reversal. Finally found one. Finding lots of nature's claims, which is pretty cool actually. A couple of diabolic tutors. Something. Another one there. Gotta say, it's quite annoying going through these tokens where they're all different ways and I have to keep flipping them over to see which one is actually a token and if it's a good one at that. One from face2facegames.com, where you can go to buy magic cards, and if you use code 8th place Dave at the checkout, you'll save 5% on your order. Found a Ramanap Ruins and an Ipnu Rivulet. No Heshep. Check it out. It's a Japanese Ragavan token. It's kind of cool. Bet somebody would want that. Okay, so I've been filming for just over 2 hours now. We've looked through one of this box, one of this box, a binder, all of these boxes, another binder, this box. What's left are 1, 2, 3, 4 of those boxes and this brown box there. So what I'll do now is take a closer look at some of these things that I've pulled out, try and scan up some stuff and get some values, and I'll lay out some of the good stuff to show you at the end of this video, and then we'll look through the rest in part 2 and get an overall total. So I'll come back to you in just a moment. Okay, wow, that took a while, but you can see I've got some cool stuff laid out here. So I scanned up all the things that I pulled out. I removed most of the cards that were worth less than around $1 or so, and currently it's sitting at around $350 US by TCG mid pricing, so make of that what you will. But for being about halfway through, that seems pretty decent to me. Up top here, we've got some of the biggest ones. Nothing huge, really. Like this Yarok is the most expensive card at around $15-ish. This thing is kind of cool, this Italian Kismet. Got some decent rares, Brothers of Zend, Blast Furnace Hellkite, some good lands, Ashnod's Altars, Foil Thorn of Amethyst. What else? Found a bunch of Oketra's Monuments, a couple of Rat Colonies, a couple of Haywire Mites, Electrostatic Fields, things like that. Like cards like this, Electrostatic Field, Haywire Mite, these are good. Rending Volley and Sarkhan's Triumph. Uncommons like that often get left behind that have value. Those are really what I'm looking for here. Things like this even, like these cards are maybe around $1-ish, but Dramatic Reversal is a good common. Nature's Claim, that's probably more than $1 actually, that's a good common as well. So these are, definitely worth pulling out. They're very buy-listable. Cards like Skewer the Critics as well, Merfolk Trickster. Also found a whole bunch of these lands. Most of the showcase or full art lands nowadays aren't really so special, but occasionally you'll find ones where you can buy list in the stores. Things like the Dominaria United ones. You can typically buy list those for maybe upwards of $1, so there's a couple foils here as well. Then obviously the Kamigawa ones, everyone loves these. I think they're pretty sweet as well, so it's always nice to get those ones too. And there's also a whole bunch of other stuff I pulled out. These cards have value as well. Young Wolf, Counterspell, things like that. Nothing huge, but it all adds up, right? So there's some pretty decent stuff there. Lots of old cards as well. So that's going to do it for this one. If you're still watching, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Come back for part 2, where I'll look through the rest of these cards. It's going to take a while. There's still quite a lot there to go through. Maybe we'll find some cool stuff, though. Also, I'll mention again that if you'd like to purchase any Magic cards, you can get those by going to face2facegames.com. They're the largest Magic store in Canada, and they're also a sponsor of the channel, and if you use code 8thPlaceDave at the checkout, you can save 5% on your order. I'd also encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. And also, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the patrons who support me on Patreon. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.